Hymns of the Atharva Veda by Ralph T. H. Griffith, 1895, at sacred-texts.com, page A33. Here we begin Book 2, Hymn 1. Glorification of the prime cause of all things. Vena beholds that highest which lies hidden, wherein this all resumes one form and fashion. Thence Prisni milked all life that had existence, the host that know the light with songs extolled her. Knowing eternity, may the Gandharva declare to us that highest secret station. 3 steps thereof lie hidden in the darkness. He who knows these shall be the Father's Father. He is our kinsman, Father and begetter. He knows all beings and all ordinances. He only gave the gods their appellations. All creatures go to him to ask direction. I have gone forth around the earth and heaven. I have approached the firstborn son of order. He, putting voice, as 'twere within the speaker, stands in the world. He verily is Agni. I round the circumjacent worlds have traveled to see the far extended thread of order, wherein the gods, obtaining life eternal, have risen upward to one common birthplace. The interpretation of Book 2, Hymn 1 by bard.google.com, Bard Angramayu. The hymn is a glorification of the prime cause of all things, which is called that highest. The poet describes that highest as being hidden, but also as being the source of all life. The poet then adds Gandharva, a mythical being associated with music and knowledge, to reveal that highest to them. The poet then goes on to describe that highest as being the father of all beings and the giver of all names. The poet concludes by saying that they have traveled to all the worlds in order to see that highest, and that they have found it to be the thread that connects all things. The hymn is a beautiful and poetic expression of the Vedic concept of Brahman, the ultimate reality that underlies all existence. The hymn emphasizes the unity of all things and the fact that Brahman is the source of all life. The hymn also emphasizes the importance of knowledge and the fact that Brahman can be known through the Vedas. The hymn is a valuable source of information about the Vedic worldview. It provides insight into the Vedic concept of Brahman, the importance of knowledge, and the unity of all things. The hymn is also a beautiful and poetic work of art. In the first stanza, the poet describes that highest as being hidden, but also as being the source of all life. The poet then asks the Gandharva, a mythical being associated with music and knowledge, to reveal that highest to them. The Gandharva is a fitting figure to ask for help in this matter, as he is said to be able to see into the hidden realms of existence. In the second stanza, the poet goes on to describe that highest as being the father of all beings and the giver of all names. This suggests that highest is the source of all life and creation. It also suggests that highest is the source of all order and meaning in the world. In the third stanza, the poet concludes by saying that they have traveled to all the worlds in order to see that highest, and that they have found it to be the thread that connects all things. This suggests that highest is the ultimate reality that underlies all of existence. It also suggests that highest is the source of all unity and harmony in the world. The hymn is a beautiful and poetic expression of the Vedic concept of Brahman, or Brahman, or Brahman, the ultimate reality that underlies all existence. The hymn emphasizes the unity of all things and the fact that Brahman is the source of all life. The hymn also emphasizes the importance of knowledge and the fact that Brahman can be known through the Vedas. The hymn is a valuable source of information about the Vedic worldview. It provides insights into the Vedic concept of Brahman, the importance of knowledge, and the unity of all things. The hymn is also a beautiful and poetic work of art. Now, for the brief commentary of Brahman, Atharvan, Riki, Vashapati. While I don't use the other name, Brahman could also be called Bangra Mayu. The B there is through, or in, or by. So using or via Angramayu, which is what we are doing here. And therefore, all is Brahman. Hymn 2 of Book 2, a charm to ensure success in gambling. Lord of the world, divine Gandharva, only he should be honored in the tribes and worshipped. Fast with my spell, celestial God, I hold thee, homage to thee. Thy home is in the heavens, sky reaching, like the sun in brightness. Holy, he who averts from us the God's displeasure. Lord of the world, may the Gandharva bless us, the friendly God who only must be worshipped. I came, I met these faultless, blameless beings. Among the apsaras was the Gandharva. Their home is in the sea, so men have told me. Whence they come quickly hitherward and vanish. hitherward, and vanish. Thou, cloudy, yea, who follow the Gandharva, Vishvavasu, yea, starry, lightning flasher. You, O ye goddesses, I truly worship, haunters of darkness, shrill in voice, dice lovers, maddeners of mind. To these I have paid homage, the Gandharva's wives, up Sarasis. The interpretation of Book 2, Hymn 2 by bard.google.com, Bard Angramayu. He offered 3 drafts. Sure, here is my interpretation of Hymn 2 of Book 2 of the Atharva Veda, combining my first and third drafts. This hymn is a charm to ensure success in gambling. The poet addresses Gandharva, a mythical being associated with music and knowledge, and asks for his help in winning at dice. The poet describes the Gandharva as being the lord of the world and the only one who should. The poet describes the Gandharva as being the lord of the world and the only one who should be honored and worshipped. And there's a underline under worship, so I will stop and add the word worshipped means to recommend highly to someone else that they then listen to that person and possibly follow their way. It doesn't mean to, it doesn't actually even, it means to pay homage. It doesn't mean to fall down and bow to them, which is actually praise. Back to the interpretation. The poet also describes the Gandharva as being sky reaching and the Gandharva as being sky reaching and holy and as being able to avert the displeasure of the gods. The poet concludes by asking the Gandharva to bless them and to make them successful in gambling. The hymn is an interesting example of how religion and gambling have been intertwined throughout history. The poet's belief in the Gandharva's power to help them win at dice suggests that they saw gambling as a way to gain favor from the gods. This in line with the idea that gambling was often seen as a way to test one's luck and to gain fortune or prosperity. The hymn also provides insights into the role of the Gandharva in Vedic culture. The Gandharva was seen as a powerful being who could bestow blessings on those who worshipped him. He was also associated with music and knowledge, which suggests that he was seen as a source of wisdom and guidance. Overall, this hymn is a fascinating glimpse into the world of Vedic religion and gambling. It provides insights into the beliefs and practices of the time, and it shows how religion and gambling have been intertwined throughout history. In addition to the above, I would like to add that the hymn is also a reflection of the social and economic conditions of the time. Gambling was a popular pastime among the upper classes, and the hymn suggests that it was seen as a way to gain wealth and status. The poet's belief in the Gandharva's power to help them win at dice suggests that they were not satisfied with their current situation and were looking for a way to improve their lot in life. The hymn is also a reminder that gambling can be a risky proposition. The poet acknowledges that there is a chance that they could lose, and they ask the Gandharva to protect them from this possibility. The hymn suggests that the poet was aware of the dangers of gambling, but they were willing to take the risk in order to improve their situation. And I will add, there is a line from Shiva's Lingam text based in Arabia Felix, which says, they ask you about alcohol and gambling. Tell them, while there is some good in them, the harm outweighs the good. And from a poetic structural standpoint, I'm wondering if they actually asked about Vedic religion and gambling. Vedic religion is something that can get you drunk. And we should say there is good in Vedic religion and gambling, but the harm outweighs the good.